Hey there guys, thanks so much for all the subscribes, likes, and comments on my last video. This is my second video and I've decided to do a studio tour slash talking to you guys about how I opened the studio, why I opened the studio, because that was a question in our Q&A in the last video and I didn't really talk about it that much because the video wasn't about me, it was about all of us. So before I start, I want to show you guys a quote that I currently have on my letterboard, which goes with the first part of why I started the studio. So here's my little quote board. It says, "To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst." And in this case, this applies. So I just want to briefly talk about why it is that we opened the studio. Well, I guess I should say me. My mom is my co-owner. But the main reason I opened the studio was during my high school years, I had a very traumatic experience that changed my life a lot. I went from being super outgoing and friends with everybody, taking dance class all the time. You guys remember I used to dance all the time, which I don't do anymore. So basically, that experience that I had, it just made me a completely different person. And unfortunately, I was dealing with really bad anxiety, a lot of depression, and I was always just worried, and I felt like I always had to watch my back, which kind of came from what happened. So the reason that I started the studio was because I felt like I was never going to be able to come out of it, and I was never going to be able to work or dance again. So I was able to kind of live through that, but still be able to feel like, I guess, sheltered, because everyone that was around me was somebody that I knew really well. My niece was there with me, and then a couple of her friends, which I got used to, so it was just us and I wasn't really worried about anything. So yeah, it started out in our garage like that because I thought that I was never going to be able to do anything else or leave the house because I was so worried and paranoid about what might happen to me out there in the real world, which I'm sure some of you can relate to because there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the world that gives people anxiety, so I know I'm not alone. Anyway, I just want to talk about where I've come. And so let's just take it back to when I first opened. So 2014, it was October 1st. I decided to do a little Halloween camp. It was really fun. We did, I think it was 4 weeks, and I taught the girls just some really short dances, and we like made the costumes and everything. We just got like plain t-shirts and made like creepy monster costumes, and we did Thriller, and then we did the little show in our garage, which was really fun. And then at the show, some other people brought other friends. I don't know why they thought to bring other people to a little mini show in a garage, but they did. And so there was people like in the garage, and then there was like an overflow of people in our driveway. So it was kind of cool, but it was also like, okay. So then from there, everybody wanted to take class, and I was like, all right, well, we need to figure out different classes. So then I set up a schedule, probably in November, and then I had like 4 different classes I was teaching, and then we had a show in December. And then after that, I added a couple more classes, and so then I had maybe 6 or 7 classes going, and then we had another show. And then unfortunately, some hater reported my studio and the fact that it was in a garage, even though there was literally 10 to 13 dancers. So we had like 30 days to move the studio to an actual location, or they were going to shut us down. Still, therefore, me and my mom, this is when she got involved, she helped me find a location out on the east end of Ventura. And then we were there, and that was cool. It was perfect. We got more kids just from moving there because people actually saw our sign. And then a couple months in, we got too many kids, and then the studio got too small. So then we were able to move up to the unit that was right next door, which was 500 square feet more than where we were at. So then we were there for a while. That was awesome. That was great. We got a bunch of kids from that. And that was in the same year. So that was about 2 years ago. And then in this year of, let's see, what month was it? I think it was April. Our landlord that we had, we had just gotten a new landlord within the past month. So the new landlord that we had decided that we weren't a good fit and that they didn't want a dance studio there, and he told us we had 60 days to leave. And so here we are again, another move. So we've moved 4 times in 4 years. But honestly, it was the best move that we've made. We now have this really, really nice studio over on Main Street and Market in Ventura, right behind Ross. And we have a whole front lobby, which is huge. We have a ton of space, and then there's a center room with a bunch of cubbies, and then there's a big glass window for all the parents to watch their little kids do their ballet, which is nice because at the other studios we had, my biggest pet peeve was the fact that we literally had one big room, so the parents are like sitting on the outside of the room and just kind of getting, you know, in the way of the class. And so it was super, super awesome when we were able to move there. And then we had our studio, and we even have a little loft. So there's these stairs, and you go up the stairs, and then we have this big open area where we can store everything so we don't have junk just laying around the studio like we did before. So anyway, that is the background of our studio. In this next portion, I will post a couple pictures of the garage, and then our next move, and then our next move, and then our most recent move. And I've decided that it would be really, really fun to do a studio tour of where we currently are. So the next part after the photos is going to be me giving you guys a tour of my most recent studio and just kind of talk about some of the students, and I'm gonna add a little bit of each class that I teach, and so you guys can see what I do every day.
Paradise turned high. We were having a wild, wild party. We were loving it, letting fast. We were having a wild, wild party and hoping the beer would last. Adam, help me now.
We were driving it fast and funky. We were dancing.
Hey guys, let's get this done. We're here at the studio for the studio tour. I wanted to start off with our super duper awesome sign. So we got this sign made in October 2015, which was a year after we first opened. And it basically has all of our info on it, all the styles we offer, and it was a really good investment, and we've taken it everywhere that we have moved to. So let's go ahead and get started. Come on in. This right here is one of our seating areas that we have for the parents, which is it's pretty big. As you can see, super, super spacious, which we love. The only thing that sucks right now is we still need to get matching chairs, but at least there's somewhere to sit. So if you guys come a little closer over here, these are our photos that we get done every time we have a recital. The girls absolutely love it. They get to do their hair and makeup, wear all their costumes. It's a lot of fun, even though it's stressful for me. So here's all of our pictures, if you want to scan on by. This was our competition group last year, and some more pictures right here. So those are pretty fun. And then over here in this corner is our lovely baby section. And as you guys saw in the last video, I do have a son. So my goal for this new place was to have a nice area for babies to play and for my son to play so that he wasn't terrorizing everything. So we have this little extra saucer, all kinds of fun stuff. And every time any kid shows up, they start playing, and it makes me really happy because it worked. And then this over here, if you guys want to bring it back in, is my wonderful light up kpac sign. I feel like I should have turned it on first, but so I'll turn on one of them. But I absolutely love this sign. Okay, fine. My lovely videographer says we need to get a close-up of all of them on, so I will do that very quickly. Okay, voila. Okay, so, ooh. All right, so some people don't know what kpac stands for, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, because sometimes people come here and they just go, is this kpac? But they don't know the name of the actual studio. And so, abbreviations here. Kelyla's performing Arts Center. So people that have a hard time pronouncing my name, think of Delilah with a K. Kelyla, not Keela, Kayla, whatever it is you think it is. It's Kelyla. Moving on. All right, so over here is our front desk, and here is my front desk lady. So she is more than a front desk lady. She does a lot for the studio. I'm backing up super awkwardly. So I'm here to just ask her a couple of questions. So what is it that you do for the studio?
Well, I talk to all of the new people that come in. I greet everybody for every class. I tell them how to get on our online payment and registration site. I help walk those people through who are technology challenged.
Just like me, that's why she does that part. So my next question is, what is your favorite part about working at the studio?
Well, I like being with the kids and the moms, and you kind of develop friendships with them. And Saturday morning is my very favorite because the moms bring all their little kids, and my little grandson Zion plays with them, and it's just really fun watching them all develop a friendship.
Yeah, so that's what she does here. She does a lot. She does all of the online stuff because I absolutely suck. And I do all of the teaching, choreography, costumes, so it's a really good mix. But anyway, peep our matching shirts. These are our current studio shirts. So if you guys want one, let me know. And on to our next room. Wow, you didn't know we had a next room, did you? So this is our other main room. The dancers typically hang out in here, stretch, eat their Cheetos, even though I say don't eat Cheetos because they're not healthy, or the talky things. Over here is our lovely showcase of trophies, which is actually a mixture of my stuff that I won when I was a teenager and what the studio has won since we've been open. And we have tons of space for dance bags, and if you guys want to, these little baby tap shoes right here. My son, Zion, he takes the tap class, and these actually used to be one of the students' old shoes, Erica. So he wears these now, and he wears the same size as the rest of the girls who are 4, and he's a year and a half. So let's learn a little bit more about our trophies. So I'll just talk about the couple trophies that stand out to me. There's quite a few, so I'm just going to talk about 2 of them. This one right here was in 2009. I think I was maybe 13 or 14, and I choreographed my very first dance and competed it, and I got first place, which was really awesome, and I will never forget it. And then the second one that was very memorable was this one right here. I performed at Sade's 5th annual Rising Star competition, which I also won first place for. And I had a lot of fun doing this one because I felt like the solo that I did, I actually worked my butt off practicing it and stuff, and a lot of other stuff that I did, I felt like I didn't put that much effort into. So if you guys check out my YouTube channel, you can actually see the solo that I performed and won with, and it's called Freeing My Soul. So make sure you guys check that out. And also, fun fact about this, if you guys have seen So You Think You Can Dance, I actually had Shane Sparks clean and help me fix my choreography, so that was lots of fun. Alright, so the rest of this stuff over here is a mixture of stuff that my girls have won over the past 2.5 or 3 years, and at their most recent one at Rainbow Connection, they won an overall high point, which was very exciting, and I was a very happy teacher. All right, enough of our trophies, moving on to the next part. Oh, hey, look at this big glass between us. So, that out there is our parent visualization seating, which is absolutely great, because at our previous studios, we were all in one giant room, so the office, the parenting, and the teaching was all happening in one, which I talked about earlier in the video, which was very frustrating because it was constantly loud and all kinds of disruptions, so it's absolutely great. Here is my studio space where all the magic happens. So here is where the girls learn all their routines. We have an awesome garage door over here, which we haven't had before. So during this super hot summer with no air conditioning in here, it's been great. We got some new bars for the studio. So here's a couple of them. We had these from before. And then we have this nice one. We got our acro mats over here. And then my also next favorite thing is the fact that we have stairs that lead to a loft. All right, guys, here's the last part of the studio. So this right here, this is my baby. This is my director's chair. I got this as a birthday present from the studio. Everyone pitched in and got me this awesome gift a couple years ago. And it was nice, and you know, I just felt very important, which is all that matters. So I love that. And then, so also this is my little table, and it's a little bit messy right now because we're preparing for a recital. So I have like junk and costumes. And then over here, I just have some stuff for my creative movement classes. And then as you have seen, there's lots and lots of fans because we don't have ventilation in here. Well, that concludes our tour. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot the best thing. You guys are gonna wanna see this.
But I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
Dun, dun, dun. Ooh. So this, I don't know where this came from. This chair, this is my baby. This was the first thing I bought before I even opened the first studio. And it has been through a lot. The kids absolutely love this chair. It turns from light pink to dark pink. So we actually have it up here because the kids wouldn't stop touching it and it was getting black and I was getting upset. Also, this is the pregnancy chair. While I was pregnant with Zion, we had this instead of the director's chair because, well, I was a little fat, so we had to use it for a little bit. Anyway, that is the best part of the studio. Well, that concludes our tour, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Tell me what you guys thought.
Turn it up, it's your favorite song.